Hello guys, this is Adib. Welcome to my channel Movement Science, where I simplify biomechanics with Joe. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. Also check me out on Instagram, where I post pictures of my daily notes and also try to put out some MCQs with which you can revise your biomechanics. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to study biomechanics for exam point of view and also generally. A lot of you guys DM me in my Insta saying that you guys don't know how to start with it. So I'll try to help you guys out with this. So let's get started. So before starting with the topic, I would like you guys to know that I am telling this from my personal experience. So what happened was, when I was in UG second year studying biomechanics, I was just very curious about the subject. I wanted to know what exactly happens at each joint. What are the movements that occur? Why these injuries occur, right? So I went in with a very curious mindset. And I would suggest you guys to do the same thing. Even if you are studying biomechanics just to learn it, or even if you are studying for exam point of view. How that will help you is, it will help you to go into the depths of the subject and remember the topic even after the exam. Now, I agree, even after making so many videos, if you randomly ask me what happens at a particular joint, even I can't tell. I'll have to go back, kind of read upon maybe sometimes, and then I can give you a proper explanation, or I can have a slightly brief idea. But what I do have is the understanding, the core understanding. When I look at a patient or someone asks me, I know the basic, what happens exactly at the joint, how the main things work at the joint. So that's what I want you guys to have too. That basic understanding on which you can build later on when you go to the depths of the subject. So the first point would be, just don't study for the exam. Study with a very curious mindset, which will help you in exam definitely, and which will help you in normal life treating the patients and just getting a better understanding of the subject, right? Second thing I would say is break down the things. Now, if you take shoulder joint biomechanics, how I will break this down is, first break it down into different joints, and that's how it's done in Cynthia and Orkins too. Take the sternoclavicular joint, take the AC joint, take the glenohumeral and scapulothoracic. Now go on to the first joint, say sternoclavicular joint, right? What happens over here? There are two things, kinematics and kinetics. Kinematics and kinetics are the basis of biomechanics. Kinematics, as I've repeated this 100 times, is the movement that is occurring at the joint. And kinetics is the reason for the movement, that is the forces that are causing the movement, right? So at SC joint, it is elevation, depression, protraction, retraction, upward rotation of the clavicle and the downward rotation, correct? And the kinetics is the movements, like your upper trapezius, when it contracts, it causes elevation. Your gravity is pulling it down. Protraction, retraction, what are the other joints around the shoulder causing these movements, correct? That is the kinetics of it. So this way, now if you break down each joint into these smaller movements, it's very simple, correct? Now you can go to even more depths of it. Once you come to kinematics, it is the movement, right? Now the movement can occur inside the joint, correct? That is the intra-articular movement, or you can look at the bone that is moving, that is the osteokinematic movement, right? The arthrokinematic versus the osteokinematic. And here you can apply the basic concepts like concave convex rule and just expand the material that you have in exams. So for example, if you are blank about a particular joint in exam, what I used to do is, I'll just look at the joint, okay, this is the movement, so concave convex, and just use it. But this cannot be applied for all the joints, correct? So at the sternoclavicular joint, there is a disc, correct, which is in a saddle shape. So the concave convex rule applied over here at the sternoclavicular joint will change. So that you'll have to learn separately, obviously, but you'll have a overall structure to what you can write in the exam. The kinematics, the kinetics, under kinematics, the arthrokinematic and the osteokinematic, which you can expand under. And then under kinetics, what are the internal forces created by your muscles, and external forces like gravity, momentum will come into play. So that gives you a basic understanding of what you can write. Now coming to the interesting part is the concepts like your static stabilization, dynamic stabilization, windlass mechanism, locking and unlocking of the knee joint. Now these concepts are very interesting, very fascinating, and most importantly very easy to understand because you guys have my videos, right? So what you can do over there is just watch my videos. It is under the important topics for exam, that playlist. Go through those. Those are very fascinating to learn in the first place. And if you are curious enough, you can go read upon them more. That will give you a better understanding of how the joint works. And these are the concepts which matter in the exam. And more important than that, it matters when you're treating a patient, because you can apply the biomechanics of these. It is more of application based, right? Understanding and then applying exactly the pathomechanics, how it is working, and then solving it. So that's why these concepts are very important. And so with that, I think we'll wrap up with the video. What you need to understand: come in with a very curious mindset, start the topic with a very curious mindset, why you want to learn, what is exactly happening at the joint. Then break down the joint into kinematics and kinetics, correct? That will give you a room to think about, it will give you a structure, okay? And it will make things clear for you. When one joint comes, just break it down into kinematics, kinetics, and then expand on it. You can see the movement outside, right? So osteokinematic movement you already know. So then just find out the arthrokinematic movement, and that way you can just keep expanding. Then also you have to go to kinetics and work on the muscles. Now muscles insertion origin is something you need to have a good grasp over. Apart from that, I would suggest you guys to start doing some physical activity, maybe go to gym. That will give you a better idea of how the muscles contract, what muscles work in which movement, and give you a better understanding overall. And then finally the concepts, the main concepts which you can learn through my videos and also read up on them to go into the more depths of it. Right. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I hope these tips helped you guys. Let me know in the comments what other things you would like to know. Thank you so much for watching.